All right, guys, welcome back to the Coosa River Forgetful Farm Boys.
Yep.
All right, me and Otter are on a road trip. Jeff is working today, but we do have Gracie traveling with us as always. All right, I was supposed to meet Otter in Sylacauga at the Piggly Wiggly, and I was running a few minutes late, and I said, go ahead and get the camera ready. And Otter, what was your response to that?
You ain't gonna believe this, but I forgot the camera.
So we had to drive 16, 14, 15 miles back to Otterville to get the camera. But Otter can't get full. I mean, I can feel, I have empathy for him. I left for school very early this morning. I got about 6 miles from the house, realized I left my backpack. Had to turn around and go back and get it because I had my computer and books and stuff in it. Then I was going to meet Otter in Sylacauga, and I was about 3 miles towards Sylacauga, and my wife called me and said somebody's coming to look at the house at 2. Go home and make up the bed. So I had to do that. So me and Otter are kind of in confused mode today, aren't we, Otter?
We're in recovery mode.
Yeah,
we're trying to get over our goof ups.
Yeah, and look, to add to that, I made out a quiz, a handwritten quiz for my students the other day, and I went 1 through 6 on my answer sheet and on the quiz, and then went to 10. And the kids got the quiz and said, Coach, why does it go 6 to 10? And I said, I have no clue. I said, y'all might as well just put me in a nursing home. All right, well, the focus of our show today is we're going to be traveling down to Goodwater, Alabama, and I can give some history on Goodwater, but I told Otter that there is an airstrip in Goodwater, Alabama, and he said, I don't believe it. The reason I know there's an airstrip there in Goodwater is my Uncle Frank used to take some of the grandkids riding around Goodwater because my grandmother lived about 4 or 5 miles from Goodwater, and he'd ride us out to the airstrip. And so we're going to try to find that airstrip because Otter doesn't believe it, and we're going to try to find it, and we're going to take y'all through historic Goodwater, Alabama, guys, and we'll tell you a few things, and we may make a run out to my grandmother's house just to show what it was where my mom grew up. Hey, we'll get back with you. I got to keep Otter off the gas. He's lead footing it now because he thinks we're behind. Otter, what else do we have to do
Today?
Yeah.
Nothing that I know of.
Nothing, so therefore we shouldn't be in a rush. We'll get back to you guys.
Sure.
All right, Otter, more obstacles are coming up for us. A dump truck pulled out in front of you, right?
Right, like to hit him.
All right, a 18-wheeler drove 12 miles an hour in front of us.
Right, like to hit him. On purpose.
A white pickup truck was driving 16 miles an hour in front of us, right?
Yeah, I did hit him on purpose.
All right, and to top it all off, they're installing water lines along the side of the highway, and there's flag men everywhere, aren't they?
Yep.
It's just, even Gracie, even our sweet baby's getting stressed. And now, to add insult to injury, but it may make the adventure better. All right, guys, we can't get Siri to give us directions to this Coosa County airstrip. We reached out to one of the county commissioners of Coosa County, and he said, Google Coosa County Airport. We did, and it's taking us to the Coosa County Jail. So this is going to be a grand adventure trying to find this mysterious airport.
Mythical airport.
Oh no, it ain't mythical. Hey, we'll be back at you guys in a minute. Water. All right, Otter, we're on for those who watch us in Alabama, we're on what used to be US Highway 280, correct, Otter?
Yes. That's where Mary Frances lives.
Okay, that's where Otter's daughter lives, back there in the middle of nowhere.
So we went out of Talladega County into Clay County. Now we've just went out of Clay County back down into Coosa County. So
in basically a 5 mile, maybe less than 5 mile thing. But we are on what used to be the main thoroughfare from Birmingham to Auburn. And then on to Columbus, Georgia.
Yeah.
Now, Otter, I know our viewers are not going to believe this. They ain't going to believe this, Otter. But we're getting close to a point where the traffic would be backed up to in Goodwater to get through on an Auburn game day. Am I telling? It's not quite this far.
Maybe not quite this far, but yes.
And there were 2 red lights in Goodwater, right?
Yep.
And on game day, I mean, this thing would be backed up. But I've made this trip right here many times. Otter has as well. And
when I went to Elliott City Junior College, we had to come this way. The 4-lane hadn't been built yet. This was it, buddy. This highway was rocking and rolling. There's a Camaro. Yeah.
All right, boy, you had that Firebird 1975, didn't you, Otter?
Yeah.
What model was it, really?
It was a 79. I bought it new in 79.
You were a lady killer in that thing, weren't you?
Yeah, right.
All right, we're gonna be heading into Goodwater soon, guys. The segment. Hey, Otter, we're getting almost into Goodwater proper, aren't we?
It's historic Goodwater.
Yeah, historic Goodwater. And guys, this is where my dad was raised. Hey, they still got the red light here.
Yeah.
All right, Otter, you're gonna have to turn left up here. You're gonna have to turn left. All right. Now, and we're gonna take y'all through downtown here in a minute. But we gotta go see the air. What do you call this airstrip?
Coosa County. Oh, Mythical. Mythical airstrip.
Otter, you hit them brakes again like that, I'm gonna have whiplash. All right. And that Goodwater feed and seed, oh, the number of times my dad stopped in there and picked up stuff.
Is that the one Sam Williams?
Yes, that's the one Sam Williams on. Okay. Now, Otter, do you think I need to stop at this Dairy Delight and ask directions?
I think that would probably be the wisest thing we've done all day.
All right. Now, guys, I got to tell y'all about this Dairy Delight here. It's not Dairy Delight now. Otter, if you run off this cliff.
I'm not.
All right.
But I was getting out of that car's way.
It's not a Dairy Delight now, but it was called the Dairy Delight. And when we stopped here on the way home from my grandmother's house, we always got a chocolate dip cone.
Oh yeah.
Chocolate dip cone. Well, I'm gonna leave this to Otter, and I'm gonna go in and maybe ask one of the locals about where this airstrip is. And first thing I'm walking in here is say, anybody want some of me, come on and get it now, otherwise we're cool. I'll be back, I hope, a lot. All right, guys, I went in the Dairy Delight, and boy, it brought back memories. Oh, memories. Otter, what are you gonna do here? We got traffic coming. Is this for basically an abandoned town, a lot of traffic, Otter?
I'm thoroughly convinced nobody in Goodwater can drive.
Hey, we got viewers in Goodwater. All right. Turn left on Brownville Street, and then
This nice guy let us go.
And then turn left on Brownville Loop Road. You got that, Otis?
I got it.
All right, guys. Hopefully, when we join y'all again, we are at the mythical airstrip. Well, Otter, you're standing on the mythical airport runway.
I am standing in the middle of an airport, and well, it ain't actually. It's not an airport. Oh. It is a landing strip in the middle of Goodwater, Alabama.
Well, it's in a remote area of Goodwater. Now, I did some research on it. I've been to this many times. My uncle would drive us out here. Supposedly, now I read this morning that it was built between 1945 and 1966. Now that's a pretty
wide. That means they don't know when it was built.
Right. All right. It was built with federal grant money. Now, it's 4,600 feet long. Now, Otter, you know what we could do? We could get your truck down there and we could blow the soot out, couldn't we? And
yeah.
see what it'll do.
Yeah, we could.
Right. Now, what I read was that they built this strip here to link two growing cities, Sylacauga and Ellick City. Okay. Now, all right, and they would eventually, and this would actually help Goodwater, Alabama. But
they was trying to grow Goodwater, right?
Yeah, they were trying to grow Goodwater. And when Highway 280 came through Goodwater, or left Goodwater proper in the late 1970s, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
Mid to late.
Maybe early 80s.
Okay. Now, it bypassed Goodwater, and by the late 70s, I read this morning, only 3 retail stores remained open in Goodwater. Now, when my mom was small, she said Goodwater was a bustling town. She was born in 33. She said her mom and dad would go to Goodwater on Saturdays, and she said my mom would put a dress on and dad would put a tie on to go to Goodwater. Okay, now, this airstrip, I have been told many times by many people that, sadly, and I hate to report this, but sadly, this was a perfect nighttime landing strip for drug cartels flying in drugs. Okay, it looks like the perfect place for that, doesn't it?
It is desolate. I mean, we're out here.
Yeah, and I'm not, what was I gonna say? Oh, there's no airport, no nothing.
No, nothing. I mean, you can see, there's a cleared off space over there. It looked like where there used to be a parking lot. But other than that, there's not anything.
Now, I also read it used to have lights, but hunters kept shooting the lights out. Can you see that in central Alabama?
I can. I can.
Hey, it's in pretty dang good shape.
It is. I'm surprised.
All right. Now, Otter, are you going to formally apologize to me?
Yeah, I will.
Okay. All right. Guys, if you watch from out of state or anything, this is just a cool little thing that many people don't know. All right. But I grew up going to Goodwater, going to Sylacauga, or going to Hackneyville and things like that. And my uncle would drive us up here and we'd stop at the Dairy Delight. But an unknown little thing, guys, it's hard to find this using a GPS.
Yeah.
All right. If you're in Goodwater and want to see this airstrip, turn right beside the Dairy Delight, Brownville Road.
Yeah.
Go down to the big pasture.
Yeah.
Because there's no road sign. It says you turn on Brownville Loop.
Yeah.
But there's no.
There's a left turn there at the big pasture.
All right. And where did our dog go? Let's reel her back in. All right. Now, and then turn on Brownville Loop and go until you see a dirt road with a gate, and you can find it.
Go right past the no trespassing sign.
Otter, I'm going to sprint from, this is probably what, 30 yards? Well,
probably.
We'll go down here. And
line to line. Hey, there's one thing here, Al. Our line painter, I don't know if you can see it on here, but our line painter might have been in the cans a little bit because our line ain't real straight.
All right, Otter, I'm going to go down here to this line and sprint, and you give me what you think could be a 40 time.
You want it in minutes, seconds, hours?
Otter, you say on your mark, get set, go.
On your mark, get set, go.
About a 4.640?
Yeah, about a 4.6.
All right, we're gonna get in and just ride to the end of the strip and back. But hey, this is Goodwater Airport and we got more stuff coming. I'm a little dizzy now, Otter. All right, Otter, see what this truck will do on this thing.
No, we ain't doing it.
Otter, punch it, baby.
It ain't that smooth.
All right, you don't have to punch it. Otter, while you're driving, talk about our sponsor.
Jennifer Gallup's Front Porch Realty. If you need any real estate needs you have, she can help you out. Buy, sell, city, country, lake, whatever you need, she can help you. And I think I said it last week, I'll say it again.
Otter, are you gonna hit this tree?
No, I'm not gonna hit that tree. There's a big demand for lake houses right now, especially around Lay and Logan Martin. So if you have a house on Lay or Logan Martin and you're thinking about selling it, contact Jennifer and she can get you top dollar for your house.
Oh, absolutely. Now, Otter, you got to turn on the left here, big guy. All right. Now, and I want to talk about Hanover Homemade, Cameron Lackey. She's got a Facebook page, any type cake you want other than caramel. She does not do caramel cakes. All right, and I'm going down there Friday night, the old wolf pack that we used to teach together. We're going to have a fried apple pie making party. So I'm excited about this. Now, as you can tell, getting to this airstrip is not well marked. It's not as...
No.
Gracie had fun. All right, guys, we're going to take y'all to downtown Goodwater proper now. All right, Otter, take us very slowly through downtown Goodwater.
Okay.
All right. Now, I have a little personal story. My mom worked at Cruise Store, and my dad worked at the Western Auto, and that's how they met. And my dad, go slow, Otter.
I'm going slow.
My dad, to try to get more time with my mom, went over there like he needed to buy a belt. Now, this town was hopping. It was hopping.
What was that, back in the 40s?
Yeah, by the mid 70s, it started going way downhill. All right. All right, now you can see the buildings. Wouldn't you like to go in them and just see if you could find anything?
Yeah.
Now, Otter, I want you to turn left right here. Okay. Now, do y'all know that Goodwater was very well known for making wooden caskets? Did you know that, Otter?
I knew there was a casket factory down here, but...
Okay. The casket factories were down here. And I had 2 aunts and 2 uncles that worked there. All right, slow down, Otter. This is all old casket factory stuff.
Oh, okay.
All right, and my Uncle Clyde, everybody listen. All right, guys, I'm doing y'all like my kids in school. My Uncle Clyde was, his nickname was Lightning, but he moved real slow. Otter, I just want you to stop right here. All right, now just pull right over there and get out of people's way, because I got something to tell. All right, and Uncle Clyde was named, his nickname was Lightning. And I said, Dad, Uncle Clyde walks real slow. I said, why do they call him Lightning? He said, because he could nail and put together a casket so fast in the casket factory, they named him Lightning. Now, Otter, turn the music down just a minute.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I got another, Goodwater was a rail hub for, there's 3 sets of railroad tracks that come together in here. Now, my dad and my brother-in-law's dad, when FDR died in 1945, he died in Warm Springs, Georgia. My dad was 12 years old when that happened. My brother-in-law's dad was about 14 or 15 years old when it happened. And they both said they lined these railroad tracks as the train carrying FDR's body came through here. Now, this is 2 men that really have no reason to lie. Okay, so I got interested in it. I looked up the train path from Warm Springs, Georgia to Washington, D.C., which this would be too far west, wouldn't it, Otter?
Probably, yeah.
Okay, I looked up the train route, and there's no mention of it going through Goodwater, Alabama. It says it went through Georgia, all right, all the way back up to Washington, D.C., but my dad and my brother-in-law's dad swore that the train came right through here, and he said little kids stood on, got on their parents' shoulders to see the train carrying FDR. So that remains somewhat of a mystery. Now, Otter, we're going to a place now where I have a lot of memories and you have a lot of memories, but not together.
Right.
The great abandoned Goodwater Golf Course.
Hatchet Creek International.
Well, Hatchet Creek Country Club. We'll get back with y'all guys. All right, Otter. It kind of makes you a little sad, doesn't it?
A lot sad.
This was, tell everybody what this was.
This was Hatchet Creek Country Club. It was the golf course where I grew up playing mostly.
And I played so many rounds out here. I played with my dad. I played with one of his World War II buddies. And it was a place where you could go. It wasn't very expensive. It was for the average Joe golfer.
Right. No, it wasn't expensive at all. And Mom would bring me and a buddy of mine out here and just let us out. And we would go in and pay, and we had our own little pull cart, and we would walk and just play this course all day, and then after a while she'd come back and pick us up.
Hey, and it's a pretty hilly course to walk.
It is a real hilly course. Now,
Otter, let's look up here at the clubhouse.
Oh, this is bad.
Yeah, this is sad. This is so sad. It's a microcosm of Goodwater in itself. Yeah. But hey, don't get me wrong, I love Goodwater. All right. Oh, look, they still got the rules.
Yeah, old Mr. Joe owned it back when I played, and I can't remember his last name to save my life.
I'll figure it out, Joe. All right, look, no more than 4 to a group. No mulligans after the first tee box.
Got to have your own bag.
Yeah,
you can't play out of somebody else's bag.
No loud or abusive language. All right. Anyone observed abusing course will be banned from future play. All right. Now, no cards allowed within 30 yards of the green. Do you think those cards, did any of those have the GPSs on them like we?
Probably not.
All right. And it says shirts with sleeves, golf shoes or tennis shoes, no offensive slogans on clothing allowed. And guys, there'd be people, look, Otter, this was the little cart barn area over here.
Oh yeah, that's where he charged all his carts, and see, they had a little grill in there too.
Yeah,
you could get a hot dog or something, nothing big, but you could get a Coke and a hot dog.
It was a cozy little place, and I've seen it so busy people would be waiting on golf carts to come in.
Yeah.
I mean, there was a lot of rounds of golf played here.
Lots of rounds of golf. We used to have little get-together outlaw golf tournaments when I was at Avondale, and we had them down here sometimes, and they'd be, a bunch of people down here playing, and we just had a ball.
It is sad, isn't it, Otter?
It is.
Because, to be just a little country golf course, it was quite pretty.
Yeah, it was, and wildlife, turkeys, and we was talking about the geese.
Yeah, they get after you on hole, 7?
Yeah, 7, 8 run right through there,
and then 9 came back.
There's a pond down there, and them geese lived in that pond, and they didn't like you messing with their pond. So
no, they'd charge you.
Yeah,
they'd charge you. And I agree, Otter. This is sad.
Deer and turkeys out here.
Yeah,
there was turkeys out here that were practically tame. They'd been around golfers so long that they didn't even hardly run off when you come up.
Hey, and I hope you agree. If you don't agree, it's okay. But this was a pretty hard course because the fairways were sloping.
Well, it was short. It wasn't a very long course, but it was, like you said, it was real hilly and sloping fairways and very small greens.
Right.
It could play very difficult.
Hey, we want to thank everybody for coming along with us to Goodwater. And we want to thank Coosa County Commissioner Junior Forbes for giving us directions and to get to it. And guys, he's one of the county commissioners in Coosa County. He is a great guy. Love old Junior. Otter, it's been a fun afternoon, hasn't it?
It has. It's been great.
Hey, Otter, what do our viewers need to hit?
Subscribe, like, and share.
Hey, and hit that bell for notification. A trip down memory lane, baby.
I'm glad we come by here.
Yeah, I am too. That's a wrap, guys.